Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Well, today we're going to install Vixen air horns on the truck. This might be a little bit of a rant, but I'm getting really tired of being pulled out in front of. You know, all the crazy drivers while I'm pulling this big heavy fifth wheel think that I can stop on a dime, and I can't. So we're going to install some horns today so that I can wake some people up. Okay, so this is the basic kit we got from Vixen. You see the 4 air horns here. We're going to mount under the front of the truck. Got a 2.5 gallon air tank and got a 200 psi air compressor. We're going to mount this above the spare tire. We're going to mount the air tank above the spare tire. And you can see we had to make some custom brackets here. So we made all those up yesterday, got them painted black. Also, I'm going to mount an air chuck at the back of the truck here. So just here hanging down from the receiver hitch, I'm going to mount this air chuck kind of like that so that I'll have access to this air tank. So we're going to add that on. That did not come with the kit. We're not being sponsored by Vixen horns. I purchased all this out of my own pocket, and I just decided it's time to stop these folks from cutting in front of me, or at least yell at them when they do. If you ever install these on your truck, please use them responsibly. I'm actually going to hook these up to my horn button and my steering wheel, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them on a relay, and I'm going to put them to one of my factory accessory switches. So when the switch is off, I'll have a regular horn just like normal, and when the switch is on, then I'll have air horns. So I'll be able to select when I'm using these air horns. They will not be active all the time. Okay, there you have it. So I got them mounted up to the back of my hitch on the front. You can see them there sticking out. And that's the best place I could find to put them to avoid any of the steering mechanism or suspension or anything like that. I couldn't put them in the grill because the grill is full. So there they are. Now I got to run an air line to that fitting up top there and then connect the wires, but at least they're mounted for now, and that's kind of where they're going to live. Okay, like I said before, we're going to tie into the existing horn. Let's go from this angle. Right there is the horn. And I've unplugged the horn cable, and this brown wire is the signal wire from the steering wheel button. So we're going to splice into that and run that to our relay so that we can turn off and on our train horn. So let me pull that up through. I got to undo a clip, and then we can splice into that and put it back. All right, got the clip out. And here we go. So we'll undo some of this tape, get down to the wires, and we'll test this too first before I splice into it. But so this should be ground, and that should be hot. Okay, now we just have to press the horn button and see if it works. Okay, we're gonna have Tina press the horn button and we'll see if we get positive power. Yeah, go ahead. And hold it. Okay, there we go. So the brown wires are hot wire. Okay, thank you. I don't have a brown wire, but I do have a yellow wire. So we're going to splice it in here with the brown. All right, now I just got to heat shrink that, and we should be good to go. Just heat it up till it's clear. All right, here we go. Go ahead and put this back in the loom, kind of like that. Some fresh electrical tape around it. All right, now we'll feed it back down to where it goes and run this wire back out. Put it back in. Okay, horns are reconnected. So I got all the wires made for the relay. I've got power going to the horn solenoid. I got ground. I've got signal coming from the truck horn steering wheel button. And then I've got power coming from one of my upfitter switches. Go ahead and hook this up. We're gonna run ground on 86. We're gonna run power on 85. So right across from there. And then that's when I flip that switch on, that's gonna energize this relay. So we're gonna put the factory horn on 30. It's gonna go kind of like that. And then we're gonna put the new horn on 87, which is this top one. Kind of like that. I'm gonna button this up, tuck this relay down in, and kind of tape all this up and make it pretty. Okay, let me show you what I got here. So I got everything all wired and tidied up. So I got 30 amp fuse here for the air compressor in the back. Got them wired to the factory accessory switches inside the cab. And I got my horn wire. The horn is all hooked up. And let's go take a look back here. So here's the air chuck. So now I'll be able to service my tires and all that just directly from here. So that's going to be pretty awesome. And then this is kind of where the spare tire goes right here. And here's the air tank. Got a pressure switch. One line runs up to the air horns. The other line runs back to the air chuck. And then the compressor sits right here. These are those custom brackets that we made. So air compressor's here, up out of the way. The spare tire fits perfectly up underneath this stuff. There's no sharp edges. Everything's great. And it works, and it's freaking loud. Let me put the spare tire back up here. I got a couple more wires to put some zip ties on. Came out pretty nice and tidy. Okay, well there's the train horn installation. Let's check it out. We're gonna turn the ignition on. We have the compressor on. We should have regular horn. And then we flip on aux 6. We should have train horn. It's loud and it works. Thanks for joining me today on this video. Hope you got something out of it. Hopefully I don't need the train horn, but if I do, I have it. So it may just be a novelty, but I'm glad I was able to add the compressor and the tank and the air chuck on the back bumper. So that'll be awesome. That'll come in real handy full-time RVing. Be able to have access to air. But that's really all I have for you today. So if you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down. Let me know what I can do better. And always leave me comments below. Let me know what you think. And until next time, safe travels. Bye.